everyone, welcome back to Second Look, even though this is again not really a second look, but it kind of is because we're taking a second look at games from the past. I have with me a special guest, LGR, Lazy Game Reviews. Hello.
Greetings.
Thank you so much for joining me in this video.
Absolutely.
It is relevant because LGR just happens to be vacationing in Chicago, so we decided to hit up a couple notable thrift stores for some PC games that were actually, some of them were recommended to us by commenters, and some of them we just kind of hit up on our own, and we just kind of wanted to share some of the games that we had found. Okay, hey everyone, we are here with the first game that we are featuring from our thrift store. What do you want to call it, like a game chase?
That sounds like it's ripping people off.
Does it?
I don't know. We chase games. I guess not copyrighted, is it?
I would never do such a thing.
It's an excursion. That's how I put it on Twitter.
That's
anyway.
just the way video producing go.
Yes.
Yeah, so we went to multiple thrift shops, and this is the first one I found. I'm not a big game collector. In fact, I only started collecting games pretty recently because as a little girl I couldn't afford them. And the boxes I did get, I threw out because I didn't know any better. And I had some good ones, man. I had like Monkey Island 3. I would have really liked to have kept that box. And I had, what else did I have? Like King's Quest, a couple of those. Yeah, I could kick myself.
Some of those Sierra collections, I think you had too.
I had the Sierra collection boxes, which I don't know if those are expensive or not in box, but man, I'm kicking me. We have to start the video because I'm like going into regret mode. So this is the first game that we found. We found this at Goodwill, not in the game section.
It was within like the puzzles and board games section, which is always a good place to check because sometimes they don't realize that it is, in fact, a computer game, not a board game or a puzzle. Although this is a puzzle of a game, but
it is a puzzle game.
Yeah.
So this is the first one, and I spotted this right away because Myst has such a well-known cover. Actually, Myst has always really drawn me in with the cover, and actually, like even on the back, the screenshots really always. This way, okay. The screenshots always really drew me in because, you know, it labeled itself as an adventure game and then all of this mysterious stuff here. And then upon playing it when I was little, I was lonely. I was like, where are the people?
It looks more inviting when you're just looking at screenshots.
This is the first game that I bought, like, on my own as a collector. So I guess it's Myst, but it's something. So we bought it for $2. I'm not sure how much it goes for. What would you say?
I don't know, $10. It's just such a common game. It's one of the best-selling ones ever, but it's still a good find.
Whatever, profit. $8.
Yeah, that's
$8 profit?
Yeah, that's 5 times more is what you could be paying.
So let's move on to the second game that I have to feature. And this is more of a Roses game than an LGR game.
We need a guideline like right
we
here.
need markers to do this.
Ish.
So this is a Sierra game, and I'm a huge Sierra fan, which is interesting because in my current Let's Play, we're having a Sierra debacle with Joey from Clan of the Grey Wolf, who never really understood the appeal of Sierra games, but I always liked the trial and error kind of thing. Oh my god. Have you really looked at these portraits?
I was just looking at it, and that kid, or that Friar Tuck looking dude, is pretty wrong.
That's not
good. So is that.
Well, that's just Puck.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
creepy,
not really Puck, but this, why would anyone, what? wait a minute. Anyway, I didn't even introduce the game. This is Conquest of the Longbow. This is actually a very classic Sierra game. It's very well loved. I got it for, I want to say, $5 at a half-priced books. And you guys really want, if you're a collector of actually really various kinds of games, you want to check half-priced books because they really do have an excellent selection. Actually, this is a huge box.
It's nice and
thick. If you kind of look at how thick this box is, it's kind of ridiculous. And who is that? Designer is Christy Marks. Should we open the can of worms and discuss what we found on a certain review website?
Maybe.
I'm gonna bring it up because why not? Let's see what people have to say about that. So I'm not going to say which website it was, but if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know about it. But I found a review for a game that was called, I believe they were talking about Cirque du Soleil, and that's a kind of an indie adventure game, and it was indeed all designed and programmed by a woman. And the review blatantly states that it's surprising that
it started out. That was the first thing the review said. For a game surprisingly made by a woman.
All made by a woman, surprisingly. And gosh, you just have to think back, because there were so many women involved with programming and designing video games.
The Wizardry games, the King's Quest games,
yes.
And so many, many more.
I mean, the designer Christy Marks here, clearly.
She's another one, yeah.
Clearly female. You've got Lorelei Shannon, and she was, I'm not sure if we should bring her up. She's involved with Phantasmagoria 2 and King's Quest 7. And then, of course, Roberta Williams.
Of course.
It's interesting. I always found PC gaming kind of a unisex kind of a thing. It wasn't really very targeted towards anyone in particular. It was just all over the place. You had adults, kids, females, males, I don't know. That's how I really feel about all kinds of PC gaming, is it wasn't targeted really at the time. And there were a lot of female programmers and designers out there.
And this was interesting too, because the game that the review was talking about was in fact a graphical adventure game. Roberta Williams pretty much created that entire genre.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh
it's
no.
Like, the genre was made by a woman? Apparently not. Okay, that's okay.
Features more puzzles than any previous Sierra adventure game.
That's fantastic.
You sound
feel like
enthused.
Puzzles. I mean, whatever.
This is a no-typing point-and-click interface. So yes, this is non-parser. This is point-and-click. What
1991,
year?
which is actually
1991.
Yeah, that's still a big selling point back then. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, this was found at a half-priced books, and so those are all over the country, I believe. So if you
not in my area.
Oh,
unfortunately,
really?
I've never seen a half-price books until I came up here to Illinois.
Oh.
And I'm in North Carolina, so.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't even have Value Village. Like we do on the very eastern part of the state, but in the western we don't. I've got Goodwill, Salvation Army stores. I mean, there's other alternatives, but yeah.
Oh.
They're in most parts of the country.
But they are mostly, you can find. I mean, honestly, it's worth the road trip if you can bring a couple people with you. That would be cool. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this game. Because you know what? I haven't really played it, but I wanted to own it. You know, it's one of the only Sierra games that I haven't played. And I should probably amend that now that I have it.
Just talk 7 minutes about a game you know nothing about. That's fantastic.
That's cool. That's fine. I have a lot to say all of the time.
Agreed.
Thanks. Now, in my area, there's 2 half-priced books about 20 minutes away from each other. So upon recommendation from your comments section, somebody recommended we go to the half-priced books in Countryside, and that it has a great PC gaming area. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. You know, it's close enough that we could just hit it up, and we can hit up a couple places. And right away, I don't know where I was looking. I was just like...
You were like, ew, games. And I was like, oh, but look at this one. And I saw the corner right here, and I knew that font because I have this myself.
Technically, you found this before I did, because I was in my own little world. However, you already own this game.
Yeah, I already have my copy, so that's fine.
So you allowed me to take it.
And then especially once we saw, it was $3. Unfreaking believable to find it for that price, because... yeah, I mean, I've seen it go anywhere from 80 to like 150, depending on quality or just the condition of it. And yeah, for $3, it's a steal no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, no matter what, really.
Yeah. Even if it was just the discs, it would be a steal. But
it is not, because all of the official documentation is actually
it's got the hint book in there, which has maps and walkthroughs and everything. It's, documentation's in there, the floppies.
I used to play this a lot as a little girl when I was like 8. Which may explain some interesting things about me. This guy looks a lot like Kurt Russell.
He really does.
He really does. And I'm not really sure about this fire graphic, but I'm not convinced.
You know, what's amazing is he's kicking the guy so hard that he's even shooting his gun.
God!
And this guy's being kicked so hard that his gun is shooting by itself.
I'm not even sure where this guy is even coming from.
And he's running with what appears to be, what is that? Is that a gun or is that a grenade? If he's running with a grenade, that's hilarious. Looks like a steel hand grenade. And in that case, that's freaking funny. This gun is also not in the game, by the way.
Oh. Also, you don't look like Kurt Russell in the game either.
You don't look like anything in the game.
But man, he is ripped, and I approve. It includes the official hint manual. That was a $12.95 value
95
back
cent.
in the day, and I just paid $3 for the whole thing. I feel like I won here.
You win.
And it's just nice to have something and find something that you owned as a little girl, or if you're watching as a male, as a little boy. If I may make an admission, I like Wolf 3D better than Doom.
Well, that's an intriguing admission.
Thank you. Go ahead, bring them on in the comments.
So
Go
why
ahead.
exactly? How could you possibly? Because other than nostalgia. Okay,
No,
take
there
nostalgia
is-
out of it.
No, there is no reason other than nostalgia.
Okay,
and
so
that's
it's
why
completely subjective as far as...
it's subjective, but that's why nobody can touch my belief. Because if you've got nostalgia involved in it, you just can't touch it.
That's true.
You know, nostalgia is more powerful than graphics.
That's why you like Duke Nukem 1 better than 3D.
Must we bring that up? Even?
We must, yes,
They're gonna
because
kill me.
these are Apogee things.
Oh,
This was published by Apogee, at least originally. This was GT Software, later known as GT Interactive, or Good Times Software as they were first known.
I do happen to like the first Duke Nukem better than other Duke Nukems. I feel no shame in this.
You just like the magenta shirt.
Yeah, I do. But anyway, yes, we got this at a half-priced books, and we got it amongst kind of a larger collection.
A bunch of stuff, which we'll get to.
So I picked this up at, I don't know how common Savers are. Do you have those?
Nope.
Now, I've been to Savers before. Actually, my boyfriend took me there because we were looking for secondhand, like, Halloween costumes. That's what we were there initially for. And the first time we went back in October. Interestingly enough, he dressed up as Manny from Grim Fandango, and I dressed up as something I made up. It doesn't even matter. But we did that, and we put it out of our minds because we really only remembered seeing clothing there. Well, we went back recently. I don't even know what for. We went back for vinyl, and right next to the vinyl, there's a huge, like, PC section, and I even bought more than just this Treasure Mountain box. I bought Freddy Fish. I mean, now I have 2 Freddy Fish games. I bought something
Arguably
else.
better than Freddy Farkas, so...
Oh man,
If you want to go with your alliterative, you know...
I've got Freddy Farkas fans out there, and I'm not really sure if I want to piss them off today.
We can do it tomorrow.
I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow on Twitter. Hashtag Freddy Farkas.
Sucks.
Anyways, hashtag Freddy Farkas. Hashtag sucks.
Yes.
So, okay, anyway, yeah, I take pride because I found this before my boyfriend did. I don't know what he was doing. He was farting around near the vinyl. This stood out to me almost immediately.
It should.
Yes.
Right, red, Did you see it from the front or the side?
I saw it from the side. Let me see what's on the side. I mean, it's
pretty nondescript, actually, but it's friggin' Treasure Mountain.
Yeah, I saw it right away, and
Yeah,
so,
It was originally a DOS release. This is actually the Windows version, which they did re-release them for Windows.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, when whoever bought out the Learning Company, they re-released them again with different artwork. But yeah, this one supposedly is 95 and 3.1 compatible, so that's
and the
pretty cool.
graphics are different. They
are
enhanced. So this is actually not the version that I'm used to.
Yeah, it's 256 colors. Nice.
And so let me see. I can show them a little. Ooh, there is a lot of stuff in this box, and that's why it's rattling around. Yeah, these graphics look very interesting to me because I'm so very much used to the DOS version, which is pretty simplistic.
Looks like they used a lot of nice little color gradients and just updated it just a little. It looks very similar otherwise.
So I got this for $3. I don't know how much it's actually worth. I can't imagine it's worth much.
No, it's not. I got mine for about $5 or $6. The DOS one, at least.
Yeah, but I don't mind because I just wanted to have it so badly because it was something that I had from my childhood. Unfortunately, I didn't have this version, so I'm not really sure. My nostalgia is not really truly being fulfilled.
Yeah, so at least the game. Does this have the map?
It does
inside?
not.
It does not have a map.
But you know what it does have?
What does it have?
a set of Freddy Fish stickers that somebody else put in the box.
What the frick?
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, man.
It's not just Freddy Fish, it's like Humongous Entertainment stickers.
I wonder if that went with your Freddy Fish things then.
But it didn't. Oh, it also came with this red pen that somebody left me a red pen. So if this is your pen, it's my pen now. It does in fact work because
it works quite nicely.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad that I got that. Anyway, so here are the floppy disks for that, and then it comes with some instructions, and it also comes with this.
Oh, that's cool.
This is...
It's got nothing to do with this game, but it's awesome.
It's got nothing to do with this game. Humongous Entertainment is a completely different company from the Learning Company, but it's got like stickers in here. Oh, Fatty Bear's birthday surprise. That's one of my first videos that I ever did. What is this? What?
Wait, what? Door
I just found somebody's old notes.
What's it say?
It says 640 by 480 by 256
color display
mode
that's
graphics.
That's what this game supports actually.
And then it says error activating grammar spelled incorrectly. I don't know what that's. Desktop
serum balls.
Serum ball. That is or serum bally. This is somebody's seriously.
Oh.
What?
I have no idea.
Dude, I have to blur this out. I think I have someone's account number. Oh no.
From 1996.
Yeah, it's probably okay.
I'm pretty sure it is. $8.14 for something from Super Saver. All right.
We're just gonna put that back.
That's curious.
That is very odd.
There's no stickers.
There is stickers. Wait a minute. There's no stickers.
The stickers probably came with the other thing?
No, there are stickers. There are
okay.
stickers.
They're
it's
blending
like,
in.
Yeah, here it is. So somebody put these stickers in my Learning Company box. That is like upside down. So yeah, but these are all humongous characters.
They're actually pretty decently sized stickers.
They are.
For being humongous.
Let's have a raffle off.
Yeah.
Let's have a contest. Who would like to win? That's upside down again. Who would like to win?
Upside down again.
Shut up.
Jeez, man. Just set it down, frick. That's fine.
Whoever wants to win these beautiful stickers that have been marked up with red, let's come up with a contest. Whoever can draw the best fan art of me and you.
Okay.
Within reason.
What does best mean?
Within reason. Well, let me explain. Within
you
reason.
Must, yes,
within reason, because I
rules.
do have a boyfriend, so let's not go into the kinky stuff and no threesomes, please. But who can draw the best fan art of me and you as superheroes? You look thrilled.
No, that's great. That's great.
And then if you win, if we will choose unanimously who wins, and I will send you these stickers.
Well, totally. I will even scribble on them even more.
We will sign them.
There will be an X right here.
No, don't draw them yet. We'll sign it. I mean, we're nobody, and our signatures mean nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
But I will draw a picture on the back.
Watch some like humongous software collector say, "That's the most valuable sticker sheet. What are you doing?"
It's already marked up though. I will put a personal note in there with a drawing, and it could be of whatever I choose it to be, so it'll be a surprise. So that's my contest. Feel free to do that.
That's the best contest ever.
It is the best contest
the best
ever.
Prize
Thank you.
Ever
Thank you. Thank you. Who wouldn't want this?
So, yeah, I grabbed this today too, and it wasn't at anywhere else that we've been. Where was it?
This was at a Disc Replay.
Disc Replay, that's right, because we didn't find much of anything else there. But I did happen to see this in a case, and of course this is the incredible machine for the Panasonic 3DO, which is awesome.
And they had a lot of 3DO games.
They actually had quite a few 3DO games. I was surprised. You don't see many 3DO games at all, much less in the box, the long box, because inside they would normally come on just either a single CD or an extra CD case that's like just separated on its own inside of this box. But yeah, this comes with frickin' everything. And this game is awesome.
It's probably important to note that all disc replays kind of vary with their content.
Yeah, so you say. That's the only one I've ever been to. That's another place I don't have in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
We don't have anything. We have mountains and hillbillies, at least in my area, and
course.
Goodwills. We have those.
You do have Goodwill, and we did find, you know, the first game we featured, we did find.
You do find stuff at Goodwill. I find a lot of stuff at Goodwill because there's 5 or 6 around my house, so there's a pretty good chance to. But yeah, this disc replay.
Yeah.
They happen to have this kind of game there, which is cool.
And that is cool. And look, it's our friends.
Good old Dynamics, part of the Sierra family.
Absolutely. And yeah, like I said, the disc replays around here do vary. I usually go to disc replay for vinyl.
Yeah.
But the one we got this game at didn't have any vinyl at all. But the ones that the disc replay that does have vinyl doesn't carry
3DO games.
3DO games.
They said they send them all to this one.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. They had some pretty cool stuff there. They had some import like Super Famicom games, this Odyssey 2 stuff, a lot of TurboGrafx things, and then 3DO, which I love the 3DO.
I know.
It's such a weird little system, and honestly, most of the games are garbage, but the few that are really awesome, like this one.
Like this one, yes, The Incredible Machine. I like it.
And it's an expanded version, too, like over 200, which I think there were around 170 or something on the even more Incredible Machine for the PC.
How much would you say this goes for?
I honestly don't know. I have never seen it show up on eBay. I'm sure it has, but every time I've looked, it's just been the standalone disc. And it's been a while. I was looking for it back when I got my 3DO, and that was a few years ago. So I really don't know how much it goes for, but I only got it for $5, which is a pretty good deal.
Awesome.
I would say. Oh, isn't that lovely?
I like how you laid those out. That's quite nice.
I can. I was gonna say I can lay with the best of them, but
you can lay with the best of them. Okay.
That was.
Don't encourage the fan artists,
no,
please.
No,
We've
no,
already
no.
put out
we don't
this
need
thing. We've already put out this contest. We're not gonna go there.
Yeah, so I grabbed these 3, also from Half Price Books, for a few dollars each. I don't remember. It wasn't much.
Was not much.
And I just recognized some of these names. These 2 I have heard of, never have played, but this one I definitely have. Shadowgate. Classic Icon simulations, or ICOM simulations, adventure thing, first person, all that good stuff. It's a pretty cool little game. I've never played the NES version. I like it.
No.
I think it's cool.
No, I don't like Shadowgate. And you know what? Bring on the hate, baby, because I don't like Shadowgate.
Man, which one have you played?
I don't know.
There's like so many versions. Maybe the one you played sucks, because the original Macintosh one, which is the one that I am referring to, the first one, I think it was the first one, is pretty much awesome.
You know, I don't even know. And in fact, I saw this game before you picked it up, and I put it back.
You just scoffed.
I put it back.
Oh, Shadowgate.
I also saw these 2 before you did as well, and I'm just like, you know, I find myself to be a varied person when it comes to video games. I'm not just all PC games. That's what I review, but I'm actually a pretty eclectic gamer.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like NES stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, the NES is just one of my top 3 consoles, probably. You know,
I'm gonna use my red pen as a pointer.
That's very effective. It's very red.
But I did see Castle Quest. What?
I don't even friggin' know.
What is this about?
It's a game. I think it's sort of. It looked very almost Ghouls and Goblins meets Castlevania sort of thing, sort of from the screenshots. But honestly, screenshots are all I've seen, so I don't know. Phazanadu, though, I mean, I have heard of it. I have heard it in good regard. It's by Hudson Soft, and they did, so much good stuff back then. The
Rest in peace.
Bomberman series. I know, right?
Rest in peace.
But I mean, look at it. Daggers and wing boots, mantras and monsters await you. Isn't that cool?
You know how you can tell I'm a PC gamer at heart? I want to turn these over and see what's on the back, and I know that there is nothing.
There's nothing but friggin' cautions that say, like, don't ever clean with the things that are most effective to clean these cartridges with. Like, I always use those. Alcohol? Come on.
I think that's interesting. Do not store in extreme temperatures, because our good friend Rinri Game did a very interesting video.
She tested all of these.
She tested these cartridges against extreme temperatures. I highly recommend watching that. She did it with, I want to say, NES cartridges and also Genesis cartridges to see which held up better. And I believe it was actually the Sega Genesis cartridges that did hold up.
Interesting thing about this one, this is actually one with save games. It has the little battery warning on the back.
Oh.
So it contains battery. That's why it's a little bit heavier.
Let me see that.
Just slightly heavier. It may be damaged. So yeah, this actually will save your game, which is cool. You know, like Legend of Zelda and several other things.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so
that is really cool.
The batteries are probably dead. They usually are. So I'll take it apart and if needed. But I don't get many NES games, but when they're that cheap and they're
and you recognize them.
Yeah, I recognize them. Then that's cool. Dude, this is awesome.
This game.
This is Transylvania. Okay, so another
squeak.
Yeah, I guess all the rest of these really were half-price books finds, and they're all about $15, so they're a little bit more costly, but these are not common games, these next 3 or 4. Transylvania here. This is a high-resolution graphic adventure, by Penguin Software, the graphics people. They call themselves the graphics people.
That is the cutest logo I've ever seen in my entire life.
The penguin is covering its eyes.
Oh, he's just like...
He's all scared.
This game's horrible.
He's covering himself. This is, as far as I know, the first version of it. They also had the second release there, but I wanted with this one because it's older and the box is cooler looking.
I actually am very highly attracted to this box, especially this typography
I
here.
love that font. It's friggin' awesome. What I don't understand is how this castle is like, what is this? Is that the sky underneath?
That is the sky. It's
and yet
clearly...
the waves, is it hanging over the edge? How is it still there?
It's hanging over the edge, yeah. There's nothing.
That looks like the front of like an Iron Maiden cover just right here. Just put some skull guy.
Yeah.
That's about it.
This looks like Stephen King's gate.
It looks like Stephen King's gate to his house. It really does, actually.
It really does. The gargoyles.
There's like a boat out there. Isn't this intriguing? I think this is intriguing. And
let's analyze and just put a backstory to it.
Look, there's a face in the tree. I mean, there's so many little things in here. I just love it.
And then when you turn it over, you can see some of the screenshots and kind of get an idea of what kind of game.
Early graphic adventure game. Very much similar to... was it The Wizard and the Princess, Mystery House, the other Sierra ones, which actually predate this one, even though a lot of this really kind of makes it sound like they did this whole graphical thing and nobody else was. So I don't know if they were aware of Sierra Online or...
Right, because this is
1982.
82, and yeah,
and they were like,
after.
80, 81. These were also on the Apple II. This is the Commodore 64 and Atari 8-bit version, but all pretty much the same, more or less. But yeah, this...
Do you see anything familiar on...
The other games?
Yeah.
No, not a single one.
Are you interested in any of that?
Not really.
I'm quite interested in, like...
Ring Quest. That sounds cool because it's got Quest in the name. The Coveted Mirror.
But what about The Quest? What about Pie Man?
I want pie, man. And, well, there's the Graphics Magician, which was interesting because it says all graphics were created with the Graphics Magician. So if you want to create this game yourself, you can't do it.
Oh.
But you could at least create graphics.
You know, this is bringing back memories of the last half of Darkness
for
me,
a little bit.
These
This character, this
here,
setting, the actual look of it does remind me a lot of a game I reviewed, Demon's Forge. But this is the Apple version, and this just sort of typical Apple II graphics as far as somebody trying to draw.
These graphics here remind me of Adventures in Serenia or Wizard and the Princess. Yeah, definitely. That's really interesting, actually.
This is cool, though, because this actually just describes adventure games in general. It doesn't actually describe this game. It says, in an adventure game, you are put in a fictitious world inside the computer.
Inside the computer.
Inside of it. The computer shows you where you are, what you see, and where you can go. You travel around and do things by giving the computer 2-word commands, a verb and a noun, such as go north, look tree, take brick, and so on. Honestly, this would be like how I would review the game. I'll just read the back of the box.
Just take this, and this is your next review right here.
That's pretty much it. Yes. I like
it.
Yeah, it's cool.
And these next few games, they're so rare that, you know, you're not really sure on how much they're worth because you can't really find them.
Yeah.
So they just kind of tacked on random price tags on there.
Yeah. These next couple, well, this one and the next, by Muse Software, and I've actually really never seen anything, in box at least, by Muse Software show up on like eBay or anything, at least for any reasonable price. much less in a pristine box like this. This thing is like freaking brand new.
Nobody bought this game, man. Nobody did.
I have heard of it though. This is Space Taxi, which is a weird little game. It's almost like Lunar Lander meets Moon Patrol, kind of. And so it's like an arcade game, and you're a taxi in space.
Oh wow! Wow.
Hence the name. Anyway, you fly around and you do stuff. But yeah, Commodore 64 game, which is the original version as far as I know. Nice little arcade game. You used to be the hottest pilot in the galactic fleet, but now you make your living zipping through the crazy intricacies of a 23rd century city. I don't even know. It just looks like you're flying through shapes to me. But it's by Muse Software, and that's honestly the biggest reason I got it, other than the fact that I had heard of Space Taxi, and there are not too many games with a taxi-ish theme. This is one of the very first that I can think of, which I like that.
And all of these Commodore 64 games we got at Half Price Books. Again.
Absolutely.
And like I said, they do vary on content. Not every Half Price Books has these games. You just have to, hop around the stores and see.
This one had probably 30-something games, all boxed for the Commodore 64 and Atari 8-bit, but they were all kind of expensive. Like this, I think this one was $20.
$15, I think, actually.
Maybe 15, maybe? Yeah, something like that. But honestly, it's just it's good condition, super good condition, rare game. I just think it's cool. And look at this. This is crisp. This manual isn't even like creased. It doesn't look like it's been opened fully before. And in fact, the disc was still tucked away in there, which they normally did for shipping purposes. This disc looks new. Oh, it smells new. I just want to eat it. Dude,
don't eat it.
This is the good stuff here as far as floppies go. Holy crap.
Yeah,
you
it's nice. I did earlier.
Oh, that's right. I made you smell it.
While you weren't looking.
Dang, man.
Again.
That's... You're sniffing... Hey, don't sniff away all my stuff, man. This is my stuff here.
We're talking about the game, right?
We are talking about the game.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
If you recall, like when we got to that section, I was all like, hey, look at that stuff down there. And you kind of neglected it at first.
At first I did. It looked like there were a lot of Avalon Hill computer games, and mostly Avalon Hill games are board games.
Yeah.
Like, Civilization, for one, which is what the computer game was based on. But, yeah. They look just like regular Avalon Hill games, or maybe like D&D books or something, because they came in thicker binders like that. But no, they were definitely a ton of Commodore 64, Atari 8-bit games, and they always come in weird-shaped boxes. Like almost no two companies, because you saw how many there were. There were a ton. Some were like this size, some were tall, some were really awesome.
Yeah.
So
the more we filtered through, in fact, I picked up Transylvania and I'm like, look at this game, and you kind of neglected it at first.
I did. It really looked like it looked so bland. But then I saw that one, the other Transylvania, and I started looking through the rest, and I wanted to buy them all, but that would have been like $300. So, and plus I just don't have the space to bring them all back with me. I could just like pawn them on you and make you pile them in your corner or something for a while, but
it's starting to get like that.
It's already like that, so I would feel bad.
If somebody wants to donate anything to me that I could seriously get some usage out of,
small shelf.
It'd be a shelf. I would my boyfriend would appreciate that, because my computer games are everywhere.
They're like in the living room.
They're in my room.
Everywhere.
They're in the living room. They're everywhere.
On the toilet. In the shower.
In the bathroom. In the dining room. In my fridge.
You use them as plates. Floppy disk, just like drink coasters. Yeah.
It's also important, just want to bring this up, but if you go to half-priced books, they do usually have a clearance section, and it's kind of a hodgepodge. And I didn't notice it before. T-Bone, my boyfriend, noticed it, and he must have cleared it out though, because we went there too, and we looked at the same clearance section that he did, and he just must have cleared it out, because he actually got a couple really cool things, like an old Mortal Kombat game, some kind of Power Rangers thing. But that is a hodgepodge. But you should look though, because we found the Myst game in puzzles and games.
You never know.
So
you really need to look all around. Sometimes we've been there and the boxes have been on top of shelves, not actually on the shelves.
Yeah.
So look up, look down, look all around.
But in that hodgepodge section, T-Bone found that FMV Power Rangers computer game. So you just never know what you're going to find, because sometimes, because of the boxes they come in, even like this, they kind of look like games, and not computer games, but games.
Yeah, and you'll see from the side it just might look really bland.
It might, yeah.
This one though I recognized immediately. again because of the side. It's Wolfenstein.
Yes.
It's beyond Castle Wolfenstein, another Muse software game. This is the sequel to Castle Wolfenstein. Both of these were actually sort of predecessors of Wolfenstein 3D. Wolfenstein 3D was meant to be inspired by, or sort of a remake of these games. These were actually stealth games, sort of. It's like an exploration thing where you go around and it's kind of top down, a bit like Berserk, really.
Yeah.
And you just go around. It's action adventure. You go and you can take dudes out. You can loot their bodies.
Oh,
you can sneak around and stuff. Like, it's killing Nazis. It's straight up Wolfenstein. But of course, eventually they got rid of all the stealthiness and looting and everything because it was too clunky in first person in that engine. So.
But me being like this very loving of mysteries type of thing, I wanted to loot bodies in.
Could you imagine
3D.
how that would be? Yeah, and they were talking about even picking up and dragging bodies around.
I would have loved that.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah, I would have liked that a lot.
It would have slowed down the game a lot. It would have been.
It would have.
It would have gotten rid of that whole arcade feel to it, which, hey, probably a good idea. Honestly, just to get the mainstream appeal.
They could just make a whole different game then if they wanted to.
I wish they would have spun it off at some point actually and done that. Like for Spear of Destiny, maybe they went back to the stealthy game roots. It is important to know though that even though Wolfenstein 3D has the same name, they didn't actually buy the rights from Muse Software. They just sort of did it.
Yeah.
So they kind of took the name, and the Muse Software rights for Beyond Castle Wolfenstein and Castle Wolfenstein are actually with somebody else now. But they just used the name. They got some sort of permission, I think, from the creator of the game.
I want to say they did, yeah.
Reading about that in Masters of Doom.
Yes, and I think the guy was thrilled.
Yeah, he was like, dude, nobody freaking played my game. But this is another super rare one. I've never seen it show up on eBay. I've seen the first one show up, and it went for a crap ton of money and wasn't even complete in box. So yeah, I freaking had to get this. And it's got Hitler on the front. And that's disturbing. So.
Aren't you glad that I brought up that section?
You're taking all the credit.
I'm taking all the credit.
You're going to take it where you can. I understand.
Well, you found Wolf 3D, so let me find something.
Hey, I'm not even going to say anything else. Because you totally did point them out. Because honestly, I was looking in the PC section, like the big box PC games, because they had Unreal Tournament for Linux, it was Mac, and other stuff like that, and I was all distracted. You're like, look at this.
Yeah, The Sims, the original Sims.
The original Sims
Here's
for too much money.
Interesting point. We bought Wolf 3D for $3.
$3, and then The Sims 1, the original game, $20.
We were just like,
that's like one of the most common games ever. And then Wolf 3D, yeah, you can't even find a copy of that one on eBay right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm just like,
and yet $3, and then this was like 20 or something. So I don't understand their pricing, but that's okay.
Well, we win.
We do.
We win.
And I'm saving the best for last.
Oh my goodness.
This is world-class Leaderboard. This is by Access Software. Somebody was just mentioning them on Twitter the other day.
At this point in the day, I was rolling my eyes and wandering away because you're talking about golf games.
Dude, I was like, dude, this is one of the best golf games, man.
I'm just like wandering around ignoring them.
You're like I can't believe you're talking about golf games. But no, seriously, this was fantastic. This is one of those that I played as a kid. It was on some guy's office computer my dad knew or something. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And it was just there. And it was so slow and clunky. Like, okay, I probably can't really see it, but sort of. Look, the graphics on the back, they look so cool.
They do.
They have detail to them.
Look at these trees.
And see, the thing is, every single bit of this golf course was open. So you could literally make your golf ball go anywhere, and wherever it landed, it would redraw the whole golf course in front of you, like in a 3D perspective.
Yeah.
But it took like a minute each time to draw it. So it would first draw the sky, then the grass, then some dirt, and then each individual tree would pop up. And then the water, and then your guy, and then the sand. Like, so it was an event every time that you hit the golf ball, which was inevitably 40 times because you could not get a handle on the way that shooting or actually putting and hitting the ball worked. But actually it was pretty intuitive because it has that sort of system about like power and accuracy and whatnot where you hit it a few times and it works pretty well. In fact, it's really similar to a lot of modern golf games. But
can't say I'm a big golf game fan.
I'm not either, but this is what got me into them. honestly. And that's actually why I still pick up like some of the Tiger Woods games, because it reminds me of Leaderboard.
Oh, Lord.
I don't get them very often, but yeah, I think this is just friggin' cool. Oh, it's got a scorecard printout. Yeah, you can like print out your scorecards. If you really want to get ridiculous, you could edit your own courses. You can make your own courses. More trees. Look at this. More trees.
More trees.
Up to
So many trees.
192 per hole. 192 trees.
God.
That's a lot of trees.
You were very excited about trees right
This
now.
is so freaking cool. Those trees, those were amazing. That was the best part about it. I would always like to hit my golf ball into the trees and then watch the whole forest pop up in front of me, like in slow motion.
Now, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
No, but it was great.
I'm not a golf expert, but I'm pretty sure you want to avoid the trees and try to get it into the hole.
That is
Am I
usually
wrong?
the idea, but, you know, it's okay.
1 to 4 players can compete at 3 different playing levels.
Yeah, you could have your individual difficulties, you could have your handicaps. Like, it's so cool. It
Yeah.
was so cool back then. Of course, I had the IBM PC version. This is the, Commodore 64 version.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both awesome. The IBM PC version actually had PC speaker speech, which is really cool. Like, you have golf announcers being like, oh, yes, you had a ball and you hit it. It was really bland.
There, it went into the trees.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tree there, Jim. I'm pretty sure that was one of them. Like, seriously, they would say that. And you would hear, like, crickets and birds and stuff in the background.
Nice, nice.
I don't know if this one has any of that, but world-class Leaderboard. I really like this game.
Well, I am expecting a review
I
on this
anticipate
game.
reviewing it, honestly. I really do.
on my desk by tomorrow.
That's a bit much.
You looked defeated
I'm like,
there for
oh
a
no,
minute.
I am screwed. I am so screwed.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yes.
Well, that is the last game that we have to show you. We saved the most mediocre for last.
Dude, mediocre. What are you talking? Honestly, the most mediocre is probably something that was down there.
You think?
Transylvania, maybe.
No way.
It probably. This is
Compare,
world
please.
class.
Compare.
World class. I know this game is amazing. I have no clue about this one, and it's an old graphic adventure, and usually they sucked. Like, they are so clunky and old. Like, these have not aged well at all. This still plays like pretty much like a modern golf game with really old, slow, clunky graphics, but this?
I would choose this over this. Back in the day, if these two were on the shelf and
Oh,
I
I
only
probably
had
would've
a little bit
too.
of money, I would choose this one just based on everything I'm looking at right
Well,
now.
yeah, if you want to look at covers, but then with this one, I don't know, because since I had played it or whatever, and look how nicely cut that grass is. Look, you can see the little water droplets.
I'm pretty sure that's fake.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It's totally not in the game either, but
Look, we're putting the world.
you smack the world around.
Well, thank you, Lazy Game Reviews, for joining me on a thrift store chase.
Absolutely.
One-
We've been on a couple now, and it's been awesome.
One might call us game chasers.
No. Oh, we chase games. We DOS game chasers.
I
PC
am
games,
just
old
kidding.
game
I
chasers.
would not steal the game chasers thunder. I am not a game chaser, but I do like collecting PC games.
Absolutely.
As do you. So, we're not stealing nothing. It has been a pleasure working with you, and I'm excited to see fan art.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
Win those stickers with the X drawn on it.
you guys have to remind me that I actually put that contest out there. Like, Roses, remember the stickers contest
Yes.
now.
Stickers.
But yes, shall we shake hands on it? I think we did really well. Shake.
Well, how do I do
Shake. Shake.
That's-
Yes.
that?
Ah!
Oh, you're still red.
Oh,
Whoops.
well,
So you
that's-
got red on you.
Got rid on you.
Oh, no.
We are dorks.